it is just this peacefulness. And that, I think that's what we're all just trying to get to, like some sort of just happiness. That's what people are searching for. But everything's okay, I'd say a lot of the time, if you just tap into this moment right now, just this second, everything's okay.
Yeah.
Everything is okay.
Exactly.
And so, it's just, again, back to that fear and worry and pulling us out of the present moment that gets us out of contentment, and that gets us out of alignment alignment with whatever it is that we're desiring to grow into in our lives. And so I have to just pull myself back, and it's a constant practice. It's just a constant practice.
So yeah, like what do you do to bring yourself back into that present moment? Because obviously, like we talked about, the anxiety and the depression and the thoughts and the lack of self-worth and, all these things that are outside of us, or these thoughts that we let run wild, and that rumination, that's taking us out of that present moment, when we think about it. But then when we come back into us and say, I'm okay right now. Everything is great. My children are happy. My husband's happy. My house is here,
yeah,
we can all find something to be like, I'm for the most part, like you said. I mean, there are moments maybe you're not completely safe in the moment, but for the most of us and the majority of us in the time, like you're okay. Everything is okay. So why do we allow ourselves to go into those places, and how do we bring ourselves back into the present?
I mean, I think that's just part of our human experience, and that's why it happens, I mean, our brains just seem to want to go searching those things out, and I don't know if it's ego or if it's just the way we're wired. So for me, it's a constant rewiring process. What do we do to bring ourselves back? Well, I have numerous practices, and I don't do them all every day. I think I went through a time where I was pretty diligent, where I, would always every day exercise, meditate, do some breath work, put my legs up a wall, do a mirror practice, draw my cards every day, do some Reiki, like there's numerous things, but like there are some really, really, really basic things we can do. One, like, have you showered today? Like it can be so simple. Like, have you showered? Like, because sometimes when I'm not, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I could stand to just clean myself up, and then instantly I'm doing better. What have I eaten? Did I sleep last night? Checking in with some of your basic things, right? And so if those are met, then you can get a little wider and say, okay, let's go this next circle of things to check in with. Have I meditated? Oh, I haven't in 2 weeks. All right. That could be something, So there's just like checking in with things and they're just, have I been out in nature? Like there's like these really, really simple things. And we look for things like, oh my gosh, I better start taking this supplement I saw advertised on Instagram, and I better go buy the new book by, name, insert the name. All these things like, oh, I listened to this next podcast. And no, you know what? No, instead you go, oh, wait, did I have alcohol 3 days ago? Huh. That could affect my dopamine right now and my serotonin levels, and that could make me miserable. Or, did I have gluten? There's like, it's so much simpler than we make it. And that's been a huge thing for me. Like if I can just get back to, okay, I'll take my dog for a walk. I'll eat something healthy. I'll drink water. I'll hydrate. Like, oh, you had 3 coffees. Like, of course you're spiraling down a shame cycle. So, so it's like really basic things that we want to find a magic pill for, rather than just doing the basic things. At least I have too many times to count. And so anyway, like though that's how we get back to it. And then aside from that, yes, meditation. Yes, I have countless Post-it notes around my house that just say affirmations, right? I love those. I do a self-love practice in the mirror. I say the Reiki mantra, and I say, I love you to myself. And I spend a moment looking at myself and thanking myself and just being in a loving space like I would do with my child or my significant other. And so, those are the things that can bring us back into a better headspace. And remembering, this too shall pass. Is there a better phrase anywhere, right? Because whatever's going on, the highs, the lows, the wins, the perceived losses, they all pass. They all
Mhm.
pass. The good moments too, you know, the orgasmic bliss.
Mhm.
You're going to have to pay the bills later, you know, like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
everything passes. And so I think that's a very important way to view life. Like, just like you're looking at the sky, the clouds blow on by. I think Ram Dass talks about that. You know, the gray
Mhm.
skies, there's blue behind it.
Yeah.
It blows by. And so
Yeah.
remembering these things, personally, I need reminders of those things. I have to remind
Mm.
myself, oh yeah, I should go out and walk my dog. I should get some water, you know. So for me, it takes diligent daily habits to get these things ingrained in me, like so hardcore that I'm able to remember them.
Mhm.
So that's probably one of the number one things that pulls me out, is giving myself reminders, whether it's on my phone or
Mhm.
my daily checklist, or, you know, a post-it note in the house. So
Yeah.
it, however you need to remember it, if you forget, that's okay. You get to remember now. So,
Yeah.
so that's part of my process.